Now we're ready to implant the toric IOL. For this, first you need to mark the reference marks on your eye for 0 at 180 degree, that is at 3 and 9 o'clock. So for these various techniques I use the slit lamp technique, bubble marker, a pendulum marker, electronic marker or Devgan marker. Let's see. This is the Esico bubble marker, and this marker has a bubble in the center which signifies the perfect horizontal positioning. Let's see how it's used. We always have to mark the patient eye in the sitting position, because when the patient lies down, it causes cyclorotation of the eye, which may amount up to the 5 to 10 degree of cyclorotation. So patient is sitting upright and your bubble marker is in the center, and that's where you mark the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. And this is the slit lamp technique, which is my preferred technique. Patient is sitting on the slit lamp looking straight ahead, and you narrow down the slit beam, turn it horizontally, and at the 3 and 9 o'clock position, this is the 26 gauge needle, you scratch the epithelium of the cornea at the limbus, and these micro abrasions on both the sides, they take stain very well, because if you mark it directly with a broad tip ink pen, the marks may fade away, which are around 5 to 6 degree mark, but here you always have a stain which is deep and it doesn't go away. So then you put the ink at the tip of the 26 gauge needle and mark on both the sides. So that's how your reference marks are there at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock position. This is the Aki Usha's toric marker, which is electronic. It has 3 lights here, and you can mark even directly on the cornea. So if you are tilting on one side or other side, it shows the orange or red beep, and if you are perfectly horizontal, it shows a green light here. And this is the pendulum marker, which can also be used. And there are studies which have shown that the slit lamp marking technique gives the least vertical misalignment, and the pendulum one, it gives the least rotational misalignment. So here is a new tool which is available in the Hoya iTrace surgical system. They have incorporated a Zaldivar caliper. It's now see, this is the 180 degree mark which I made here, and the other mark was not exactly at 0 degree, So this Zaldivar caliper, I need to place my IOL at 167 degree. So had I used this mark, I would have been at 157 degree around, So when I put the Zaldivar caliper, it itself calculates that you need to go all the way to 172 degree to get your mark at 167. So it's a very beautiful tool which is there in the Hoya iTrace system. And remember, always carry your surgical plan in operating theater, because you may forget or you may flip your axis, So for the toric IOL implantation, if you use the OVD to implant the lens, a 3-step procedure is used. Implant your IOL in the capsular bag, keep it 20 degree, 15 to 20 degrees shy of the final axis, go behind the IOL optic, remove completely the OVD, because residual OVD may cause post-operative rotation of the toric IOLs, and then do the final alignment. Now see, so this is the Mendes degree gauge. It's better if you use a titanium this degree gauge, because the metal one, the steel one, it gives a lot of glare when you are marking the eye. So titanium one is always better. And align it to your 0 and 180 degree mark. And this is the eye which I am marking at 82 degree. Again a 26 gauge needle to put very small thin mark here, and keep it firm. Your cornea should be dry to take up good marking. Again mark on the opposite side, and then using the Boris Meridian marker, which has 2 blades. This is my incision axis I'm marking. My incision is at 20 degree. Then I take this Meridian marker and put the ink over it and align these 2 marks. So Now I have a perfect marking at 82 degrees. Wait for a few seconds and then wash the eye. So this is the way you can just a minute. Put the this is your steep axis with which you need to align your toric IOL. And here I don't use any OVD to implant the IOL. That's the hydroimplantation technique. It has its advantages. There's the toric IOL, which is smoothly going in the capsular bag. Now when you don't use OVD, the viscous substance is not there between the IOL optic and the post-A capsule, and it gives a very good sticking effect to these hydrophobic IOLs. Now using the Q-Lens hook, I'm rotating, these are the toric marks, I'm rotating to its final axis. There's another video. This is the mid-dilated pupil and a floppy iris. I place the marks at the 23 degrees here. And this is the Hoya preloaded toric IOL. Again, I put my irrigation cannula in the eye, implant the IOL, and with the Q-Lens hook, I'm rotating it into the capsular bag. And look at these toric marks. If pupil is small, you need to retract the iris to see where your toric marks are. Now you have perfect positioning. This is the multifocal toric IOL. Just going in, you can see these marks lying there. Okay, now this is the post-operative photograph of the toric IOL in place. But if you need to assess that what is the degree of the placement, you are clueless. Either use a slit lamp. Now I presented this new technique of portholes for fast and easy assess of the position and any rotation of the toric IOLs in ASCRS, this Amsterdam, and in APCRS, Singapore. What is done here is after you position your toric IOL, the radio frequency capsulotomy probe of the Artley Phaco machine is used to make marks over the outermost toric marks on the anterior capsule. Now here I have aligned this. This is the platinum alloy tip. It comes with the Artley machine. I don't have any financial interest. You go on the capsule regular mode, which is there, and over the outermost mark, I give a small burst. It makes a small tiny hole there. Go to the opposite side and again make a small hole here. It's very easy, it's very fast. You can see this hole here coinciding with the outermost toric mark. Now in your post-operative period, you can see this is the first post-operative day. You just need to dilate the pupil and see where is your hole, porthole, and where are the toric marks. And this is at 8 months. These are another photographs. Going here, or this, over here, this is another photograph. So this is also another technique by which you can come to know directly that what is the position of a toric IOL, whether you are in a perfect place or not. And this is again the use of the Hoya eye trace to evaluate your post-operatively. This is the corneal astigmatism which is showing. This is the internal, and this is the total, what the patient is seeing. Perfect. This is the point spread function. You can see that these wavefronts, they are neutralizing each other. This is the corneal wavefront, and this is the internal wavefront, and which gives a very good wavefront here to total. So with this I end my presentation, and I'll invite Dr. Vidushi Sharma for next presentation. Yeah, okay. I'll invite Dr. Jagmohan Chawla for his talk on multifocal toric IOLs. By the time, if there are any questions,